Oh, I know I've not made a video in a while, and it's because just life has just been life. But I'm still trying to get back to it. So basically, this video will talk about how getting ripped ain't gonna solve all of your problems, and stop working out, get therapy. And what really motivated me to make this video was that I would see a lot of people who would rely on like working out, and they would be kind of like, they put this pressure on, just like, they're not this pressure, but it's kind of like when you see on social media people who are like ripped. And by when I say ripped, I don't mean like legit ripped. I mean just like you're in better shape than what you were before, and you look a lot better than what you did now. People look at people who are ripped, and they just think, man, this dude got all his life together. This dude can talk to girls. Or there's like another meme where basically there's like this Wojak guy where he's like super insecure and he doesn't look good, but all of a sudden he gets ripped and all the girls want him and all that stuff. Okay, that's all that's fake. All that is fake. And I'm gonna explain how basically you being ripped is not gonna solve all your problems. Number one, if you're insecure, let's say the one thing you're insecure is just how you look and you work out, then that might be different. But if you're insecure mentally and how you are as a person, getting ripped is not going to help at all. It's not going to help at all, because I know plenty of people who are ripped and they think they look terrible and they feel bad about themselves every single day. It is just a constant battle within themselves, and that may not be the overwhelming majority, but there's definitely a large amount of people who know or who don't know that just because they're ripped, they think that getting ripped is going to solve all their problems. He's just like, okay, the voices in my head or the stuff that's been happening, how I feel about myself, how I feel like my situations around me, if me getting more aesthetically pleasing, this is going to solve my confidence, this is going to allow me to talk to girls, this is going to allow me to do everything I need to do. Everybody's just like on this high value man trend. It's just like, okay, being a high value man, I gotta be ripped, I gotta have my money, I gotta have status, success. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I saw this from like Jack Morgan's video, and he summarized it perfectly. He said, listen, if a girl wants you, she will get with you in a bush. And I was a little raw. Pause. Sorry. But it's true though. If you get ripped, what else is there about you? Are you just gonna hold your shirt up, be like, so hey, how are you doing, my name's Eddie, nice to meet you? Is that gonna be your body gonna be the personality you got? Because if you do, then it's always gonna be like a hostage negotiation when I'm talking to you. Speaking of hostage negotiations, I knew this one guy. He was a nerd, and by the way, if you're a nerd and you get jacked, you're just a jack nerd. And if you're arrogant douche and you're jacked, you're going to be an arrogant douche even if you weren't jacked. Let's just get that right there. This guy was not a nerd. When I say nerd, it was just like when I talked to him, he looked like very aesthetically pleasing, very strong guy, good for him, mashallah. And he's an engineer, so he's super smart, and he's making money too. A lot of good things going for this guy, but when I talked to him, it felt like it was a hostage negotiation. Like no conversation would flow until like I got like 2 or 3 sentences out of him, and I was like, nerd, I'm gonna talk about video games, because I'm a nerd. I got comic books, I got all that joint. So when I talked about video games, it was like a light switch went off, and it could actually be a flowing conversation. But then I was just like, man, I thought that guy had it all, but he can't talk to people for nothing. And no, nothing bad on him, but it's just like, maybe you should have also worked on your personality and how you were able to talk to people, versus just all of a sudden making your body looking good, which is important. Looking good is important, but that's not the only thing. Because let's say you get injured and now you can't lift your weights and now you're withering away. What else is there to you? Nothing. Literally, you haven't built anything else. And it's kind of like if you think it's like you are what's not in you, that don't make sense. Sorry. It's like some people, they are just their money. They are nothing without their money. Me, I can be jobless. I've had everything, and I've lost it like 2 or 3 times already. Like I'm at the point where it's just like I can be jobless and I know I'm good. Like I'll know I'll get money and I'll get it back in. Or if I'm just like weak, Like if let's say I get injured, and I'm just like, yeah, I know, I'll get it back though, or I'll just like I don't care, because I know I have so much other stuff with me. So for the people that are just like relying on just like, oh yeah, I am a guy who is jacked, and I like anime. Bro, there's nothing interesting about you. We can talk about 2 topics max. Other than that, you're done. You're literally a bot. I can't talk to you. You're a Skyrim NPC. I can't talk to you about anything else. So that's like the thing. It's just like maybe you should work on other things. If you want to get better at being social, be social. I know it's a shocker. It's insane to hear that you got to get better at talking to people. Like how you got ripped and strong. You gotta lift weights to do that. So you gotta go out there and talk to people if you want to be better at talking to people. And even if it's like small stuff. Like even me, what I used to do is just like I would just compliment random people. Listen, it don't matter if this person looked like Shrek or if this person was a gorgeous person. I would compliment them on something. It don't matter what it was. And you would be surprised on the conversations. That's like crazy conversation started, because then they'd compliment someone on you and they show similar interest in what you got. That was instant friendship. But nobody does that nowadays. Everybody just like, hi, how are you? Bye. Everybody looks at their phones. I'm guilty of it, but it's just like no one has that ability. Like if I don't have my phone, I'm in a room full of people, I know I can probably make friends with like 1 or 2 of them. And I'm not saying this because I'm like a social butterfly or all that joint, but I'm just like, I developed that skill along with working out that has helped a lot. So another thing with working out ain't gonna get you girls. That's the number 1 reason why most guys work out, because they worked out because Tyrone from down the block is ripped and he got with his chick or something else. Let me tell you something. I know plenty of ripped guys who got cheated on by their girl who was a fat dude. Now, you wrap your mind around that. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Truth is stranger than fiction. It's being aesthetically pleasing to the eye is good. But you don't attract more girls if you're ripped. You attract more sharks, is what I'll like to call it. Because they just look at you as a piece of meat who looks good. And guess what? You don't have any social skills, so guess what? That's how you feel. You feel like you are nothing other than just that. And then it's just, you get that validation, though, of her looking at you and you looking good. And then you being like, man, this is what got me laid, so I'm going to keep doing it. I'll tell you, that's not a good way to live, my man. Developing yourself, your, I guess, character. And I hope I'm making sense. Developing your character should be just as important, if not more, than developing your body. Because guess what? I am an accident away from not being able to use my arm again. What am I going to do? Shit happens. I can't say nothing. I can't do nothing. Car crash, boom, paralyzed. What are you then now? It's like, all these guys that are talking about like high value men, all that joint. Listen, a high value man is someone that when you die, a lot of people are going to miss you. A lot of people. Like the freaking mosque, church, synagogue, whatever you are. It's going to be packed, and they're going to miss the hell out of you. That's a high value guy. But I'm getting off topic. Let me tell you, I don't want this to veer off somewhere else, but most girls that are like into like super fit guys, they're weird. Weird, first off. And the girls that are typically all over the fit guys, they're just not really the ones that you or should be looking for anyways. Because like how most girls deal with, they just want them for their body. And if you are genuinely someone who wants to look for a relationship and get married, don't use, I guess, the looks that you have developed and worked really hard for. Don't rely on that to help find you a best friend as a partner. Just because you're basing off, oh yeah, he looked good. That was it. It's not good. It's not good for you at all. And I guess that's basically like kind of the negatives, like what people don't talk about when getting ripped, or when you're journey to getting ripped on the assumption of it solving all your problems. It's not going to solve all your problems. It may create new ones, and it'll help you solve other ones. But I'm not trying to knock down getting ripped. I know I've been ripping on it hard for like 10 minutes straight. But let me go into the good stuff and what it will actually do for you. One, help you in dangerous situations. Okay? You know, like me, I mean, I'm not a tall dude. I'm like 5'7", 5'8". But I also took wrestling and a little bit of jiu-jitsu. So I know if something pops off, I'll be good. I'll be cool. But you being ripped, you're more likely to be able to take down somebody who is not ripped. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I shouldn't have to explain it this hard. You being ripped is going to be good for you in case of dangerous situations. Other situations. Let's say if I'm climbing a tree, climbing a building, construction worker, real hard worker. If something happens, I have enough trust in my grip strength. You can't see the calluses. I have enough trust in it to where I can probably somersault, backflip, 360 no scope. And if my hand can grab on something, I know I'll be fine. Grace, inshallah, grace of God only. You are also able to, let's say in certain situations, like there was this terrifying video I saw. This lady, she was so out of shape, but the baby carriage that she took her baby, put it in the baby carriage. The carriage started rolling away into straight traffic. Thank God the cart stopped before it went to the road. But she tried running, and she was so out of shape, she literally stumbled on the floor, and she was crawling, trying to get to her baby, but she couldn't. It had to be another hero, bystander, to help save the baby. So, I'm saying, maybe if she wasn't obese and out of shape, she would have been able to find her, to grab her baby. And another story I saw from Jack Spade, where his coach, where basically his coach's friend or somebody like that, basically this person was taking their kid out to the park, right? And they lost their kid, and they've been running around the park for like hours trying to look for this kid. And when they found him on the road, and they tried running after him, but he was so tired and he didn't do much cardio and running. He was just looking, where is this child at? And he found him, and he was in the middle of the street, and he could not get to him in time because he was too tired. And he was like, after that, I never skipped cardio again. And I know those are extreme cases, but those are cases where being ripped or in shape helps. Another thing, if you fall down the stairs or something like happens, or you get injured and you got some muscle to like cover the fall, it helps a lot. If you have, God forbid, a degenerative disease that eats you alive, having more muscle takes more time to eat all of that, you know? So, health benefits, of course, exercise is better than any antidepressant you have, all those joints. Another thing, if you're just some sly scumbag who just, I'm going too hard. If you're just someone who's not looking for a relationship and you're just trying to just go crazy with a bunch of girls, then yeah, getting ripped will help because you look good, and that's about it. But if you think that getting ripped is going to solve your problems of being able to talk to the opposite sex, being able to provide something for the opposite sex, not just materialistic things, but actually you as a person to them that shows genuine interest and that shows that this is someone I'd love to be with, then it's not going to help. I hope this video put things into perspective. So getting ripped is good, it's important, but also maybe including some therapy in there, because it's not going to solve your social issues, your insecurity issues, your even financial issues. If you got stuff going down, take care of those things and use fitness as a motivation. Kind of use the fitness, like you put in all this work and effort and years to get in this, put that into other aspects of your life. That's where fitness will take care of all your problems, because you're going to put that same work ethic, the same, I'm going to learn this exercise, I'm going to do it this many times a week, and put it into, I'm going to learn as much as I can to talk to people. I'm going to talk to 3 people this week. I'm going to try to push myself. I know my social battery is low, but I'm going to try to do more this week than I did last week. So I hope that helps. I'll see you. I still don't know how to exit a video, so